r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. What was your worst date? Tinder date. I was sitting at the bar when my date walked in, pointed at me, shouted, "Nope," and walked out the door. The bartender, who I later briefly dated, saw the whole thing and got me drunk on the house. It really sucked at the time, but it's hilarious in retrospect. Took a girl on a date in college. Had a great time, good conversation at dinner, lots of fun. Got back to the dorm to part ways and I asked if I could take her out again. She replied no because she was already seeing someone. Got played like a fiddle for some free fettuccine alfredo. Went to dinner with the guy and he said that he forgot his wallet. Not a big deal, so I paid for our meal, and he asked me to go grab his wallet from the office. Apparently he was in pyramid scheme, and I ended up sitting there for hours listening to their scam. Within the first 10 minutes she confessed she was sleeping with her married co-worker, and enjoyed watching him guilty cry after sex. Then she said she wanted to be forced to have sex and bitten. Then she bit my arm to demonstrate how hard. She was very attractive, but honestly the thought of it still makes me not want to ever date again. She was really nice but was also open that she'd recently come out of a relationship. While we were having a drink in a local bar, her ex was there with his friends. I don't think it was planned because it was one of those local bars where lots of people went and knew each other and I'd seen him there many times. She mentioned that she had seen him in there so it might be weird, so I said she should just say hello to him rather than him seeing us together. She did, and he was actually very cool about it and me and him spoke about the situation. But she said that seeing him made her realize she missed him, so I said, "Would you rather just join him and his mates?" And she said, "Yeah." I just bought us 2 drinks so I sat there and finished both on my own before going home to my mom's house and trying to not to cry. College. 3rd date with a guy and ended back to my place. We really hit it off, had a lot in common, chemistry was hot. We moved it to the bedroom and things were progressing until he stood bolt upright, said, "I'm a virgin." Put his pants back on and immediately left my place. Total confusion cause we were both heavily into it. When he took his pants off, small change, his wallet, a key fell out and he left them behind. Called and texted him to pick them up and was ghosted, leaving me to wonder what in hell I did. 6 months later I get a call. "Oh hey, sorry I flipped out. I was scared I wouldn't measure up. I've been dating a bunch now and I'm ready for you." Like WTF? You wait until 6 months? Dude, do you want your ID or credit card or anything back? I still am unsure what the blip he meant by that last call. I'd moved on. The definition of negging. Everything I asked for, he did the opposite. Said I liked a song that was playing. He immediately said he hates it and changed it. Asked me what I wanted to drink. I said anything but a vodka Red Bull, a joke we made our first date. Comes back without a drink for me, but with a drink for himself. A vodka Red Bull. Talked to me about how hot his neighbor thinks he is for half an hour. Told me not to eat before the date cause we would have a big dinner. When we got to the place he picked he made a huge fuss over how expensive the food was and didn't order anything. We left after like 20 minutes of me trying to convince him to get one thing cause I was starving. This only skims the surface. Bonus. Called him out. Told him off. Then he lurked on me for weeks telling me how compatible we were and how he did listen to me. Further not listening to me telling him to leave me alone. It was a blind date. He didn't drive so I picked him up. Went to dinner and he didn't eat. No conversation as much as I tried, he just sat there. On the way back I had car trouble and he just left me there and took a cab home. She wouldn't shut up about hot sauce the entire date and she even bitched out the waiter at the restaurants for carrying an inferior brand of hot sauce before producing one from her purse and heavily implying that if I played my cards right she'd pour some into my dong hole if I came back to her place. I went on a date with a guy who I asked out and he said he would like to go on a date. We went out and got a coffee before going for a meal, where he proceeded to tell me he wasn't interested in dating. That was a WTF moment. A girl that came from the country to the city and kept saying things like, "Is it always like this? Like this is too many people for me. Then she started talking about her ex and almost cried. Then she got scared of me and went to the bus stop, but then we cuddled, but then the bus came for her, and finally she sent one last message. I puked on the bus. There's a haiku in here somewhere. Girl from the country. This is too many people. I puked on the bus. Girl was about 100 pounds overweight from her picture, bitched about her family and was super negative the entire time, then forgot to bring her wallet. About 30 minutes after the date she said how she felt like we didn't click well enough for a second date, and I basically responded with a thank God. We got an N out. Halfway through eating, he says, give me a blowjob in my car right after this. I was taken aback and immediately said no. He was bewildered at my response. He said, but I bought you a cheeseburger. As if BJ's after spending $3.95 on a hamburger are a constitutional right. I got up and left him sitting there astounded without saying a word. Only time I have done that. Within the first 10 minutes she was telling me about her 3 undisclosed kids with all different dads, how she tried to overdose on Benadryl a few years ago, fresh cuts all up and down her arms, and how the date probably won't lead to sex. Got out of my car to greet him. He goes, I'd love to see you in a wet t-shirt contest. Got back in the car and left without saying a word. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.